Flowdreaming. It's a show where we talk about the power of your mind to change your world around you, to literally affect the fabric of your reality. We talk about this feeling of hope and joy and relief. And that is what being aware of your flow does. It gives you a feeling of power again in your lives.
Oh my God, you were so on target. You are so amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Breathe. It is the feeling that you bring forward. It is your emotional connection that really sets the tone for what is going to be happening to you and for you. And you know that feeling when you touch it. It just spreads through you.
Thank you for taking my call. I don't know why I feel like crying. I think I just feel your love.
Oh, of course.
And I think I'm going to get some answers.
I'm Summer McStravick, and welcome to another episode of Flowdreaming. That's right. Here we are together in the flow. Hi, everyone. I'm Summer McStravick, and thank you for joining me. I tape this podcast live every week on Tuesdays. In fact, you can find out exactly when by going to my website, flowdreaming.com, and there you'll see a page that's devoted to everything about the show, all the many ways you can get it, the other 300 or 400 episodes that are available through to you that aren't actually on iTunes at this point, but you can still access them through a little subscription if you wish. There's also a bunch of other good stuff at flowdreaming.com. If you haven't been there, do check it out. There's a great manifesting store where I create meditations and flow dreams that help you create and manifest day in and day out. So our topic today is what is an ultimate loving partnership? I actually almost decided to title it, maybe I still will, who knows, Relationship Health Barometer. Today we're going to look at relationships. It's been a while since I've done a show on it, but being a good month for it, I thought let's just jump in and do it. Plus, I did come out with a new flow dream this month. It's also called Ultimate Loving Partnership. And it's you can purchase it by yourself, or you can get it as part of the Magnetic Attraction playlist, which now has 2 meditations and 3 flow dreams in it, all to help you create this kind of gorgeous relationship in your life. So, Ultimate Loving Partnership. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. Gosh, do you know how many books have been written about love and partnerships? It is mind-boggling. There are coaches now who do nothing but teach people how to find their partner, how to, everything from how to date online to how to talk to God about it. It's amazing. And I think I know why. I think I know why there is so much interest, because finding and being with that person that you're looking for, it gives us a sense of emotional completion. That's what it comes right down to. It's not just that we want someone to spend our time with. And, some of us, of course, we want to get married and have babies. And some of us are so far past that. We have no interest. We just want good companionship. But there is, in fact, a list, I think, of general guidelines that apply to just about every relationship, no matter what time in your life, no matter what your intention or purposes are for it, whether you are done being married and divorced and just want that person, to be with you for the next, 20 years of your retirement, or if you're, you're 17 and you're like, I'm looking for the one, or maybe you're looking for the one now. It doesn't really matter. There are guidelines, and they are emotion-based guidelines. And being that flow dreaming is the art of using emotion to create and sculpt the energies of the universe to manifest your future through this emotional landscape that I teach you about, emotional energetic landscape. It's really the perfect place to create or attract that partnership that you're looking for, if you know how to program it in. So today I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm going to have a list here for you that you can use in a couple different ways. First of all, this list of characteristics is what I used when I created the Flow Dream Ultimate Loving Partnership, the one that's at my website. It's a downloadable MP3, by the way. You listen to it, and it helps you manifest and create this kind of feeling, emotional attractiveness in your life. So that's where a lot of these ideas come from. I've expanded on it though, and I realized as I was writing all of these up, it's also a wonderful way to assess your current relationship, the one you may be in right now, the one you may be taking for granted because you've been in it so long, or because, for whatever reason. You need to go back and look at this relationship every so often. Give it a thorough looking over. You take your car in to get looked at, for God's sakes. Take your relationship through some similar exercise. So that is my hope for you today. So I'm going to read through this list in just a moment. But first, I am wrapping up my Diamond membership right now. There's just a few weeks left to get into the program. This will take you through the spring and summer this year. It's a 6-month program that takes you deep into the world of very skillful manifesting. You will learn how to absolutely recreate your life. The diamonds who are recently graduating, they are just over the moon by and large because the things that have happened to them and for them have been astounding, including getting married, getting huge bonuses at work, getting new jobs, moving across the country, moving across the world. You name it, they have been doing it. Sometimes it's even just been getting a part-time job. But they've made these strides inside themselves that have been gigantic. They are now learning what it means to manifest and create fearlessly, to have absolute and utter trust. And of course, I've been hand-holding them through the whole process, walking them through using our private sessions together, talking for hours together, creating. I've been constructing personal private flow dreams that I record for them. Really intense, beautiful, beautiful program. Highly recommended, especially if you're feeling right now like I could use some mentoring. I could use some guidance. I could use some coaching. I could use learning how to do something in my life that will change the entire way I interact with my world and my future and get really strong and clear about these things. Anyway, go ahead, check it out at the website, flowdreaming.com. You will find it right there. It says the Diamond Mentorship Group or Diamond Mentoring. There's a video there, lots of good stuff. And hi to everybody who attended my online seminar, my free one this weekend. I am still replaying that a couple of times, so get on my mailing list if you want to get a notice about that. Okay, are you guys ready? Let's jump in to the Relationship Health Barometer series of questions. Now, they're questions, but they're also statements, kind of all mixed together. That's mushy. What I was realizing was that a wonderful relationship is not just a flow of emotion back and forth between two people, but it's also energy, vision, like-mindedness. You know how I talk so much about flow energy as being like a little river, little stream of energy that flows forward endlessly, continuously. This is you. You are in this. It's sweet and good. There's no friction. There's no resistance. Like water, it flows around anything that gets in its way. It never gets angry. It always gets where it's going. What's more, there's always an easiest path, and water seeks it. Water's not traveling uphill. If it finds a big, rock is stuck in front of it, goes around it. It's easy. And that is you and that is your life. Well, a relationship can and should be like that as well. These two streams merging together shouldn't create more complication or more difficulty. They should increase the ease. They should increase the ability for things to just flow effortlessly between you. And there are hallmarks that you can use to gauge this and say, is mine doing this or is it not? So here we go. I'm going to start talking about each one, and you can just sort of check it off in your mind. Just put yes or no, yes or no. If you have a pencil, write a little column. Yes, no, yes, no. Here we go. First one. Your relationship or your future relationship, if you're using this right now to construct your ideal partnership, there's a feeling of transparency in your relationship. In other words, there's no doubt in your mind about how your partner feels about you. Absolutely no doubt. You know. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to ask an intuitive. You don't have to ask a psychic. You don't have to ask your flow. You know. It's clear. They are that aware of their own feelings that they can share them with you, and they do. That's number one. Fundamental for good flow in a relationship. How about number two? There's no feeling inside yourself that there are things they won't share with you. Things that are important to them. You understand and you just know they're going to be open about it. They're going to share. Now, of course, every person has a right to some privacy. There are certain things that might be too embarrassed to share with you. You know, a lot of people close the door when they go to the bathroom. But on the big things, the fundamental things, you know, who their friends are, what they do, what their activities are, what their hopes are, how they feel about you, they share this with you. Everything. You can ask a question about them and their life, and you know without any doubt they will answer it truthfully. There's nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. No shame, no embarrassment, no dishonesty. It's all right there. That's an energy. How about number three? You admire your partner, and they admire you. This is a real good one that people often overlook. When you're admiring your partner, you are giving them subtle and continuous, positive, affirmative energy day after day. When you admire them, they feel it. They know it. If you don't admire them, they sense that too. Even if people don't say so, their energy takes it in, their flow takes it in, their deeper self knows, and then it becomes something unspoken. You love me, but you don't admire me. Is that your relationship? It's important. Number 4. You never hesitate when you share one of your own feelings with your partner, especially if you've had relationships in the past where you learned that some things you just can't or shouldn't share or say. Or if you've had the experience that you know your partner will react very badly, so you've learned to just keep it quiet. In a healthy relationship, the one you're attracting, this ultimate loving partnership, the one you either have and are continuing to grow or are bringing into your life, you never hesitate. You never think to yourself, oh, I asked yesterday if they love me. Will they think I'm clingy if I ask again? Or that thought doesn't come through your mind. You just say, I need some assurance today. Would you give that to me? Would you tell me you love me? And you know your partner's going to say, yes, I do. I love you. And they're not going to judge you, and they're not going to make you feel bad, and you're not thinking strategy. Nope. None of that. That's a healthy relationship. How about this next one? I never worry about where you are, or who you're with, or how much money you're spending, or fill in the list. These all speak to a lack of trust in your partner, a fundamental broken trust. What did you do today? Where were you? Did you spend money? Where's the credit card statement? Did you go to the bank? How much did you take out? All those questions, lack of trust. In an ultimate loving partnership, those questions never even arise because there's free information already being shared. Oh, guess what happened to me today? Guess what I did? Guess who I saw? When partners stop saying and offering that to each other, it typically means they're worried. They think a partner's going to be jealous. They think a partner won't approve. There's an issue there. And that's showing that your flow together is getting mangled. It's not fresh, released, easy, open. How about this one? Your partner helps you always into a wiser course of action through words and support. And you do the same for them. In other words, when you go to your partner, they're probably going to give you some very good, mature advice. They know that if you're doing something immature and silly, they're going to call you out on it. They're going to say, where is this coming from? What's gotten into you? This isn't the person I'm in love with. Hey, how about if we look at it this way instead? And you go, oh, you're right. I was just succumbing to some childhood pattern, or I did this because of my last relationship, or no, your partner is always able to take you up to the next level. They teach you. Now, you teach them. Everything I say about your partner is also about you too, remember. Are you doing this for your partner? Are they doing it for you? Is it all one-sided? That also speaks to an imbalance of flow and of energy. All right, one more. You and your partner pull each other's weight, or pull your own weight, something like that, when it comes to supporting you. That means in parenting, you're both present and equal. When it comes to paying rent, you're both present and equal. Or anything else where you each need to give 50%. Now, I understand a lot of relationships, you don't have two people working. So one person is pulling their weight by bringing home income. The other person's pulling their weight by raising the kids. That's an equal exchange of energy. There's no sense that one person is doing more and one is doing less. One person's getting off easy, one person isn't. That's the kind of thing that builds a lack of flow, a lack of trust, a lack of admiration. In an ultimate loving partnership, you just say, hey, I appreciate everything you do for us and our house, and it makes me feel so good to know that you want to support us like this, and that it's a value, it's a priority, that you want us to live well and healthy and happy in a good, safe home. So do I. How about this? Your partner would move mountains for you, to be with you, to do what you need them to do. They never have any excuses for why they can't be there when you need them. Now we're talking about partnerships where, say, you're dating and you say, I really need you to, come with me. I've got to go to this wedding. And your partner's saying, I don't want to go. And you say, would you do it for me? Yes, because I would move mountains to be with you. How about if you're split apart? You live in different cities. How often do you see each other? Do you really feel like your partner's going to move mountains to get there and see you, even if they don't have the money? Are they going to do it anyway because you're important and they're making you a priority in their life? They're making you something that is so important to them that you're way high up on the list and other things can scoot aside. When you are in an ultimate loving partnership, that's how you feel pretty much every day. That doesn't mean you drop everything for your partner, but it means they're a high priority. You're a high priority in their life, and you feel it and you know it and you never doubt it. How about one more? They communicate with you when you need them to, even if it's hard for them. Now, I know that sometimes this is more maybe directed towards men. Men can't quite express their emotions with the same fluid openness that women can. But if you ask them to, they're willing to try. If you say, I need some communication from you, I need to know this, they go, okay, what is it? Let me try and do this for you. All right? That, again, is beautiful openness, ultimate loving partnership. Do you have that in your relationship? Do you want that in your relationship? Here's another. You can see this list is getting quite long. I'm going to have to go to a break, I think. But let's do another one. Your partner cheers you on when they see you expanding. That means that when you open up to new interests, maybe stuff like manifesting even, or you start any challenges for yourself, like you want to start your own business or even lose weight and start going to the gym, your partner says, yeah, that's wonderful. I'm behind you all the way. What do you need to make this happen? That's a great partner. That's a wonderful thing for them to do for you. Because, see, some partners feel instead that it's threatening. They don't want you to expand because it means that you might grow past them. You might change the status quo of the relationship. They fear it. But in an ultimate loving partnership, they say, do what you need to do. Go on, travel, do what you want. Go write that book. Go interview for that job. Go, take up singing and dancing, whatever it is, expand. I want you to. You must do that. Are you hearing that from your partner? Do you want to? How about this one? You respect each other's alone time and time to be apart without any fear, without any sense of being inadequate or being not wanted. You just respect it and allow it. You know what? I need a night to myself. I need some time alone and away. I need time with my own thoughts. Do you and your partner respect that about each other? If you don't, where's the insecurity coming from? Why don't you allow it? In an ultimate loving partnership, it's there. Here's another one. You're always in a better mood after spending time with your partner. Almost always. Now, I know, geez, when you're married and you have got kids and family and in-laws, sometimes it can be stressful when you're with your partner because you're hashing out all these things. But think about this on the whole. When you leave seeing that person, whether it's the end of a date or, you both leave for work in the morning, do you feel like, yeah, I feel good. I feel really good. I'm always in a better mood after I spend some time with them. How about this? You're able to talk with each other about your partnership, about the way it changes and evolves. You don't ever find yourself staying silent because you're not sure, you're worried if you bring it up, it might get worse. No, you're able to say, hey, what are the goals we have for our partnership? Where are we going with this? And this might be more true of younger relationships. Do you want to be exclusive? Are we going to get engaged? That's all out there. It's on the table. You can talk about it. But even partnerships that have been around a while, just because you've been married for 10 years, what's going to happen next in your partnership? There is always a next. It's not like you just reach a point and you stay there forever and slowly kind of just, disintegrate. No, your partnership is still growing. Can you talk about that? Have you talked about that? Here's another one. I never feel like, or you never feel, like your partner is being hostage to their past and that their past is dictating how they act with you. With you, your partner is willing to always try again and not being self-protective. Now, this is very true for people who've had destructive relationships in the past, and they walk into the next relationship and they're afraid. They already have their defenses up. In an ultimate loving partnership, your partner is able to say, you know what, yeah, I had these terrible things and blah, 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 but I'm not going to bring that to you. You're fresh and you're different and you're new, and I'm different and I'm new. And I don't expect the same thing will happen again. So I'm wide open and clear, and I'm not going to be, already creating an exit strategy for myself in case things go bad. You don't feel that way about them. They don't feel that way about you. And last, in an ultimate loving partnership, you each nurture some higher part of each other. You nurture each other's spiritual self or your creative self. You nurture a part of you that feels fearless and strong. There's just that little something extra. It's not just about spending days together and time together, but when you're done with being with your partner for a couple of hours or a day, you feel like they're making me a better person. They're making me feel better about myself. They're making me realize and remember how great I am. And you are doing the exact same thing for them. Now, this is an ultimate loving partnership. And by listing these things, maybe you're thinking about your current relationship. How many of these do you have? How many of these could you have if you put some thought to it? How many of these need to be addressed? And if they do, what are you going to do about it? Would you like to work with it in flow? Would you like to get the energy stirred up, moving and changing there first? Sometimes you can't just attack things head on immediately, physically, but you want to pre-pave it in flow. You want to create it there first, energetically, emotionally. I have a lot of people I work with, and we do this with their partnerships. Again, in my Diamond program, I work with people in their partnerships all the time. Probably 50% of the things I work on with people are their partnerships in that program. But you can also do this yourself, just using flow, just using Flowdreaming, using the MP3s I've created for you to assist you in this, or just doing it on your own. My point is, do it. If you do this, your life is going to get so much better, and you will find that the quality of all of your partnerships, not just the one with your significant other, but all of your partnerships, gets a lot better. Because the same feelings you're asking from your significant other are also the same feelings you ask to a lesser degree from your friends, your parents, your brothers, sisters, and the rest of the people that you really care about in your life. They also are affected by this same list of qualities. You could just as easily say, I feel like when I need my parent, they'll move mountains for me. They'll do what I need if I need it. I always know I'm really important in their life. You could say, about a friend, I admire them so much and they admire me. Right? This list applies to every kind of relationship that we have with people that we care deeply about. So give yourself to it. Improve it. Be this person. Be this person in your relationships. Don't wait for your friends and your partner to start being this way back to you. You be it first. That's going to force them to react differently to you. And that actually will get the ball rolling. Okay. Well, with all of that, I have to go to a break now because I went really, really long. So we're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, we're going to do a little flow dreaming together. And then, of course, I would love to take your calls. I also have a few emails to read today that I've been piling up. So stay with me. We're coming back for more flow dreaming right after this.
I'm Summer McStravick, and you may have heard about my Diamond Mentorship Program. Well, now it's changing. Everything has to grow up. That's why I'm taking the Diamond Mentorship Program to a new level. I'll be taking a group of you together on a 6-month journey into yourselves, into your lives, as I help you make something spectacular. So what exactly do you want to create? Come into the program knowing already, or find it with us along the way. Maybe you want huge, secure income, or maybe it's to launch your own business. Maybe you want a great life partner, or maybe it's to finally be free from unhappiness and restriction. Whatever it is, you'll end the program having created it. We'll make sure of that. We will launch you. Think of it as a mastermind group, where you get to know yourself, who you truly are, and what you're capable of. Think total inner empowerment. Think of yourself beyond your fears. As a Diamond, you'll work with me through 8 segments of fun worksheets, deeply personalized private one-on-one sessions, monthly flow dreams, and online meetups. I will give you the tools. You'll learn what your manifesting strengths and weaknesses are, and how you truly work best with flow energy. You won't make just one positive, spectacular change, but many. So register at flowdreaming.com, and please do register early. I will close the program when it fills, and I expect it to fill before our actual start date. So if you're thinking about being a Diamond, now is the time to leap. Just do it. I cannot wait to welcome you and get to know more about you and your life and begin working with you as a Diamond.
A private session with Summer is unlike any other reading you've ever had. You can do it by phone or Skype from anywhere in the world. In your session, Summer reads your flow. Sometimes she sees things that are coming or things that have passed. Critically, she reads your present and can show you your current set of choices and help you know which ones flow best for you. Ask Summer any kind of questions. Ask her to look into people you care about, such as spouses, bosses, exes, family, or friends, to see what they're really thinking. Ask her where your energy has gotten stuck or blocked. Because Summer is an expert at finding the core events, beliefs, or thoughts that block you, and together the two of you can shake them loose. Last, ask Summer to craft a flow dream just for you, around your issues and desires. Ask her to put some strong manifesting energy in this area of your life. And as hundreds of past clients have said, be ready for real amazing results. It's not your typical reading. It's manifesting plus intuition. Find Summer sessions on her website, flowdreaming.com, under private sessions. Even people who normally never get intuitive readings get readings from Summer. That's flowdreaming.com. Search private sessions.
Hi, I'm Summer, and my manifesting store at flowdreaming.com underwrites this free podcast. You're going to find so many tools there to help you practice flow dreaming, from individual targeted flow dreams to whole programs to on-demand classes to books and CDs. Of course, the Flow Dream of the Month Club, as well as my mentorship program. Oof, that is a lot. But there is where you can pick up something to practice with. The manifesting store. Put your interest into motion. I know you won't stop there either, because once you get there, you'll also discover my free blog and our community discussion board, all about manifesting. That's the manifesting store at flowdreaming.com.
Did you know you can like Flowdreaming on Facebook? Just search for Flowdreaming on Facebook and click like to start getting summer's Flowdreaming updates. Ditto for Twitter.
You're listening to Flowdreaming with your host, Summer McStravick.
Welcome back to Flowdreaming. I have a couple of emails to read. I haven't done this in a while. You guys often email me your questions, and I try and get back to you as often as I can. Believe it or not, I do read all of my emails. In fact, you can reach me at summer@flowdreaming.com. I always love to hear your feedback, thoughts, ideas, questions you have about the show or Flowdreaming. It is hard for me to give personal advice back in an email because I'm asked a lot of it, and I just don't have the time, especially when I'm keeping up with my own students. But now and then there's an email that I think is pretty relevant for a lot of you. So this one comes from Maureen, and she says, I discovered Flowdreaming in the iTunes App Store when I ran across your podcast app. Intrigued, I got it, and I listened to a few episodes. However, when I tried following along with a sample Flowdream that you led on the episode Basics of Flowdreaming, I had to stop midway through. I wasn't able to keep pace with that energy level, and I became very drained and fatigued. I do have a chronic illness, with debilitating fatigue as the primary symptom. So I'm wondering if you've ever run across this situation before. Is there any kind of Flowdream that has a lower energy requirement that I could start with? Well, Maureen, yes. Flowdreaming does require your emotional self to be involved and engaged. And I do realize that having your emotions on and programming and creating at this level can feel like it takes some energy from you, which is why I always recommend to people Flowdream when you're daydreaming, first of all, because that's a time when your mind is naturally already about to drift off and think through things. But you also need to Flowdream when you have energy to do it. Don't do it at the end of the night right before bed because you're probably going to fall asleep. Your body thinks it's bedtime, not time to get emotionally engaged in something. However, I've made something called a Flowdreaming meditation that I think would be perfect for you, Maureen, because these Flowdreaming meditations they're kind of like active meditations. They're emotionally juicy meditations. In fact, Ultimate Loving Partnership, the one I just came out with, is indeed a Flowdream meditation. What this does is it sketches for you the beliefs, the feelings, the energies, the emotions that you want your future to embody. And it allows them, because I'm using a very soothing tone of voice and soothing, quiet music, it's just allowing this to filter inside of you, filter down into your mind, into your subconscious, into your energy system. So I think of these meditations as a complement to Flowdreaming. Flowdreaming is the active process where you are inserting information in, and just like anything that requires action, it's going to take something out of you. But the meditations are a way to kind of back up or take those emotional states a little deeper into your psyche so they're there day in, day out, bubbling through your subconscious mind. So I encourage you to try those, Maureen. I think they would be perfect for you, and they'd be a wonderful entrance in. Okay, we have another email here coming from Jennifer, and I'm only saying first names because I like to keep you guys anonymous, but you write, you have another kind of health-ish related question. Hi, Summer. I've been using your Flowdreams for years, and your voice is a signal for positivity and success in my life. Well, thank you, Jennifer. She says, I have opened my own successful business, built my dream home, and lived the life I've always dreamed. Thank you. I'm currently having a specific health problem related to my sleep. I had a formal sleep study and discovered that due to muscle twitches and throat issues, I have up to 100 sleep disturbances an hour. So, speaking with a specialist, I found that many other people have this. Question is, what Flowdreams would you recommend for the issue? I plan to listen before bed and as I go to sleep. Okay, Jen, yours is sort of like Maureen's. Listen to a Flowdream meditation. Listen to anything that's going to allow your body to relax and unwind. I have a CD actually called Flowdreams for Falling Asleep. And it's a series of flow dreams that smoothly segue into each other, so there's no real separation between the whole hour. And they take you through visualizations, imagery, processes, but it's very gentle. And the aim of it, at the end, I'm saying things like, and now you're in a deep, deep sleep. Your flow is resting. You are resting. You feel content. The other thing is, there are some health flow dreams that I've created that are at a slower, more gentle pace, such as the ones that cleanse your emotional body. There's a meditation actually I did for that. It's a emotional cleansing meditation that's perfect for you before sleep, because that's going to let go of a lot of the emotional triggers that are, potentially getting into your throat and other places that are clenching up. So if you find yourself having spasms or clenches or tics of any kind, use the emotional meditation that I've created. I wish I remember the name of that, but I don't. Just go to my store and look it up, and you'll find it under meditations. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little flow dream together. And then I see you guys. I see Joyce and Harv and others. You guys are waiting to talk with me, and I will be getting to you. But first, I'd love to take you on a meditation. So let's see here. I would like you to go ahead and close your eyes and allow yourself to drift. Allow yourself to relax and flow. And perhaps you'll hear some music. And you can imagine that you're riding on the waves of music, like a soft, sweet, silky fabric that's billowing in a wind. There's a sense of energy and movement and current. And you're like a bird. You're flying on this current. You're floating with it, floating through the clouds. Imagine a lazy bird, one that doesn't even flap its wings. It's just riding a current. The wings are outstretched. The feathers are frilly and beautiful. And it's just coasting. It's found energy that it can fly on, float on, be carried by. It wastes none of its own energy, but allows instead the universe to carry it. A natural flow to bring it to where it wants to go. And just as in the sky there's nothing that it can run into, there's no resistance ahead of it, you feel the same way. You flow forward. There is no resistance. You flow into the gleaming clouds. They're pink and silver. They're lavender. They're gorgeous. This is you. You're flowing. You're feeling this. And you're feeling in your life right now all the relationships that you have. You can sense them around you. They're like other birds flying. You see them here and there. Perhaps there's a partner, perhaps there isn't, perhaps there's friends and family. There's even co-workers, flocks of different birds out in the distance. And you realize we're all connected. We're all flowing forward, and we've all crossed one another's paths. We've aligned to one another in these certain situations in our lives. Even teachers and bosses, they're in there as well. And you're thinking, oh, my relationships with them. And as you look out, you can see it's as if there are all kinds of colored threads, different threads. Some of them are tangled. Some of them are quite sleek and beautiful and easy. And just by virtue of putting your thought and feeling onto these relationships, you become aware of them. Aware to a much greater degree, aware where you can say, oh, this relationship is beautiful. I forgot how beautiful it is. I forgot that this person has been my best friend for 20 years. Oh, I forgot about this or that. And other relationships you look at and you think, oh, this relationship has sort of dwindled, hasn't it? I guess I haven't been looking at that one very much. I wonder if it's still part of my life or if I've just been leaving it in my life because I've sort of forgotten about it. Every relationship receives your attention, your insight, your energy. And perhaps it receives a tune-up, a boost from you. Do you feel yourself flying alongside that other bird, that beautiful person in your life? Or that not-so-beautiful person? making decisions about it, feelings, allowing this relationship just to surface again in your consciousness. What is it? Who is it? Where will it go? You cast it all into your flow and you say to flow right now. Allow the most important relationships to be the ones that really rise to my attention. Let me allow these to become back on track, to be beautiful, to be brilliant. And allow the ones that are unnecessary, that I've outgrown, allow those to find their own way gently out of my life. Let's work together on this flow. I'm paying attention now, and this is important to me. I want all of my partnerships to be ultimate loving partnerships, ultimate loving relationships, good relationships, all of them. And I'm remembering this and committing to this right now in my flow. And as you say that, you feel yourself coming to a gentle stop, coming down, landing. And now you're throwing off your daydream, shaking yourself out of it, opening your eyes. And you're feeling wonderful. Now, by the way, that may have felt like a meditation to some of you. If it did, please go to the website, flowdreaming.com, learn how to do a flow dream properly. There's an emotional component. There's an awareness of the flow, energy, something much larger. And you'll understand that there's a lot more to it. So, in the meantime, we're going to a quick break. When I get back, I see the calls and we will get to them. And I'll do some more flow dreaming and some empathic intuition with you all live on air. Stay with me. I'm Summer McStravick.
Hey, Sapphire. Oh, wait, you're not a Sapphire member of my mentorship program? Well, maybe you don't know what that includes. I'm Summer McStravick, and I know you're listening to this podcast because you're discovering real, valuable tools to help you manifest better in your life. You're also learning to look at the world like a manifesting practitioner does, like me, meaning everything is energy-based. Everything can be constructed, impacted, or changed. So why not go a little further? Sapphire mentorship means making a commitment to really learn about manifesting and using flow energy. You'll be part of a self-paced, on-demand, online program that teaches you how to really use flow in your life. Plus, there are a ton of other great tools. Check it out at flowdreaming.com. You'll discover a group of like-minded people who, just like you, want to see what they can really do in their lives. That's flowdreaming.com, the Sapphire Mentorship Program.
Hi, I'm Venus Andrecht. I'm Summer's mother, and my show, The Dear Venus Show, airs right after hers. Sometimes I talk to dead celebrities or otherwise look into the great beyond, and I always do on-air readings for you, my callers. What can I do for you when you have a private phone reading with me? Well, I'm a medium, clairsentient, clairaudient, an empath, a telepath who can tell you what the people in your life are thinking, and I'm a clarifying counselor who can also look clearly into your life. I also work with good energies to help things change for the good in your life. You can find out more about me at my website, godisalwayshappy.com. That's godisalwayshappy.com. So come and see me after Summer Show. We're a lot alike and very different. Guaranteed you won't be bored.
Too busy to flow dream? Or do you just sometimes forget? It's easy to get so caught up in living that we forget the bigger, deeper, more important things, such as being aware of our flow. That's why Summer introduced the Flow Dream of the Month program. Start and stop whenever you want and enjoy the first 30 days and a flow dream free. Each month, Summer sends you a new flow dream to work with as she moves through carefully chosen areas of our lives. Be surprised, be challenged, be delighted, and be reminded. Your flow is the deepest you. Commit to it. Check out the Flow Dream of the Month Club at flowdreaming.com today. Bask in the glorious, soothing voice and music of Summer's Flow Dream Meditations. These meditations are unlike any other you'll find. They're active meditations. They're packed with energy, real power, and yet you can gently fall asleep listening to any one of them. Each Flow Dream meditation pours good emotions and energy into your subconscious as you sleep or meditate. You can choose from a variety of focuses, from dazzling self-love to overnight riches. Try a few and see for yourself. You can find all Summer's Flow Dream meditations at flowdreaming.com in the Manifesting Store.
Manifest your life with Summer McStravick and Flowdreaming.
Welcome back to Flowdreaming. I am here now to talk with you guys. You have questions for me. Oh, all right. How about Joyce? You're calling from New York. How are you today? Hi.
I'm good. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I spoke to you a year ago. I was in Hong Kong, and I moved to New York.
Oh, yes, I do. It's been a while. How are you?
And I'm here. I'm good, thank you.
Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, so I am seeing someone. His name is David.
Okay.
And it's going, slowly but well, but it's difficult for me because he's very introverted.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to understand whether it's moving slowly because he is introverted and should take more time to share with me, or he is not available.
Okay. Have I looked into David before, or is he new?
No, new.
Okay. All right, let's go find David. David. So what I'm doing is I'm just going through you, kind of riding your energy, feeling your connection to him, finding him. David. What do you want me to ask him?
I want to ask him how available he is for a relationship, whether this is the most he can give or that he needs time to be more comfortable.
Yeah. Well, he feels to me like this is just his pace. It's not the relationship that's making things feel slow. It's that this is just how he always is. It's comfortable for him. He's not a hurry it up kind of man. He doesn't recognize that he's as closed as you feel he is. To him, it's like that's all there is. There's not a whole lot more for you to dig into. It's just that he is this way. I'm not saying he's shallow. It's this that he doesn't recognize that you feel a wall.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me he just has he has a very different perspective on it. Sometimes he feels like you're looking for things in him and he's not sure of the answer because he hasn't thought of that before. It's not something he had been thinking about. And then he'll realize, but it's important to you. And so then he'll have to take it back and then he just sort of he rolls it around in his mouth like a jawbreaker. He thinks about it. Mm-hmm. And then you will ask again and that's when he'll have the answer. But he's got to take things back into himself for a while. It's his pace, and he will always have this pace.
Right. So it's not to do with me or how he feels about me.
No. He feels like he is interested in you. He's enjoying the relationship. He thinks you have a lot of dynamic energy, which he enjoys. You're colorful in his life. You're adding you're like a bright painting in a museum to him. He just wants to stare at you.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I would say keep up with it. I don't have any bad feelings right now about him, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Joyce. And you take care. It was good hearing from you again.
Okay, thanks, Summer.
All right, stay in touch. Bye, my dear. Okay, Harv. Hey, you're also in New York too. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
you're on air.
Right.
I'm great. What's up?
I've been picking up a lot of, I guess, psychic energies. Like I've been I've been talking to people and I find myself reading them. Mm-hmm. And I don't really necessarily, I still haven't fully grasped what's going on. A lot of them end up thanking me, like things that I tell them, I hesitate, but I'm always, I don't know. I just want to know what's going on with me because the energy just seems very powerful lately.
Okay. Let me take a look at you. So you've been just noticing things about people, and you've been talking with them and telling them, and finding that you've been correct as you share, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And these have been, by the way, these have been people overseas as well. Like there's one in Scotland, there's one in Israel. And,
yeah. It's kind of like some of us just have these abilities. They're latent abilities, and they can come out any time in you. They often come out, though, after you've gone through a period of, soul searching, of being inside yourself, looking inward. I get a feeling that you went through that. You had a point when you had to really come to a truth inside yourself. And once you did that, these other abilities of yours just started blooming like a plant. You're like a cat. You remind me of a cactus, and you're springing into bloom. And it's confusing because you say, no, wait a minute. I've always been covered with spikes before. And what are these delicate petals doing on me? That's how you feel to me. Have you been disturbed by this?
Well, the only thing is I write down what I hear, and as far as when they refer to me, and they say that I'm going to conquer through light, but my movements will still be in darkness. I don't really understand where the darkness and light come in together.
Oh, yeah. So that's specific communication you've received?
That was something that I received on January 1st, and it's been baffling me since because people constantly bring up darkness and light to me ever since then.
Well, partly I feel, Harv, what goes on with you is that the atmosphere that you live in, there's so much energy going on around you. It's sometimes hard for you to remove yourself from places where there's too much chaotic energy. Maybe this is through your work or something, but it's like you come in contact with a lot of people who aren't always open, who aren't visionary, who aren't, more light. And, because of your nature, you want to talk and help to everybody. So I think you do find yourself in the trenches sometimes with people who aren't as open. They're not as bright. And I think that has a lot to do with the quote unquote darkness. I wouldn't take it in any other way than that, though. All right, Harv, thank you for your call today. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, you take care. All right, bye now. I wonder, I've only got like a minute or two. Oh, 2 minutes. Angelic, you've been waiting. Can you ask me a question in 30 seconds and I can give you a really quick look?
Sure. I've been connecting for decades with a person by the name of Rick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name that he gave me, and I feel like he's my twin flame.
Yeah.
And the question that I have, because I've been feeling really strongly we're going to meet in the physical, is...
Yeah, that was my question. Is Rick in a body?
He is in a body. He does exist here on this plane. I do know that for sure. He has a daughter. He's never been married. So
Okay.
I know that much about him.
But you haven't met him. This is all just non-physical communication you're getting about him?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. God, I wish I could answer that in the 30 seconds or so I have. I think I did a show once where I talked about this, where there are certain people that we meet that we know, and I've done this quite a bit in my dreams. And it's an incredible sense of, I know you, we've been together, we're partners. Why aren't we connecting now? And for me, it feels like that's what you have going on with Rick. I mean, he indeed has been an energy in your life, in your past. You have been with one another. I don't know. I really cannot tell you right off the bat if you're going to meet him anytime soon. Whatever barrier there's been, whatever reason is there, it appears right now to still be there for you. That's not to say it won't change, but I'm not feeling this swooping energy coming in, which I would feel if it was an immediate type of thing. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Angelic. Take care. Bye now.
Okay.
And that is a wrap for me. That was a good question at the end. I should do a whole show about all those people that we feel and dream about and where the heck they are, because I've had a lot of experience with that. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. My love goes to you all. Please stay in your flow and go have a wonderful partnership. Go work on yours tonight or create yours, whatever you want. Relationships are what it's all about here on this lovely planet. You, me, and everyone that we love and care about. Okay? Bye, everyone. Until next time, more Flow Dreaming.